Year 11, Year 12, and Year 13. I'm going to need you to promise me something. I'm going to need you to promise yourself something. So listen carefully. Now, over the past weeks and months, I've been giving you information and advice concerning your grading, your progression, and your choices, and so on for the future. Now, some of it has been good news, some of it has been bad news, but a lot of it has been unexpected. Now, as results day approaches, and you prepare yourselves to collect those pieces of paper that will have a bearing on how you can move forward in life and some bearing on how you might even live your life, I want you to understand one thing. And please don't mistake what I'm about to say for callousness or for indifference or for apathy, because it's not that. What I'm about to tell you is just a life lesson about how the world works. That one thing that I want you to understand, and this is something that many of you have probably realized over the last few months, and that thing is, life is not fair. Life just simply isn't fair. Now, I don't want you to take this as me just saying, toughen up, kid. Life's not fair. Deal with it. I want you to understand why I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this because I want you to understand that understanding this fact and how you respond to that fact has a direct bearing on how you move through this world. You see, big and small injustices are taking place all over the world all the time. Some are caused by people or groups making choices that negatively affect others. Some are just because people are in the wrong place at the wrong time. Unexpected things happen, such as natural disasters or people being born in a war zone instead of in a nice peaceful village. These things happen and they're outside of our control, but we have to deal with them. Either way, bad and unexpected things happen. And what's happened this year with your GCSEs and A-levels and with your results and what will happen next year in 2021 as well, it's all a combination of people making choices that negatively impact on you and also on things happening just unexpectedly. The pandemic, to some degree, it was beyond human control, but we all have to deal with it and with the knock-on effects of it, the things that happen as a result of its existence. Now, what you need to bear in mind, though, is that with all this going on, with all this happening, it's all external and you can't control that, and it's happening to you. But what you can control is yourself. Now, what you need to be is not a thin, brittle tree that snaps and breaks in half at any harsh external force, any wind that comes and blows at it. What you need to be is a strong, sturdy, and flexible tree that withstands and stands its ground whenever harsh external forces or winds blow at it, maybe even bending to adapt to what's being thrown at it. That's what you need to be. In other words, when those results come out, if they are not what you want, then yes, be sad about it. Yes, be upset. Yes, be angry. Yes, maybe even cry. But then take action. Instead of giving up, take time to think, what can I do now? And then act on it. If you've been following my channel or other channels that are run by teachers who comment on this sort of thing, on education, on GCSEs, A-levels and so on, then you've probably been hearing us saying repeatedly that if you're in GCSE, then think about what autumn series exams you might be taking or that you're most likely to take. And also think about what you'll need to progress, whether things are worth retaking or spending your time on. And also be ready to call up your college or your sixth form just to confirm that you've got your place, especially if you miss that conditional offer by a grade or two. And as for you A-level students, you should have a number of contingencies set up just in case things don't turn out how you want them to. Will you be taking a gap year? Will you do the autumn series? Will your results allow you to continue on your course of progression, where you want to go? And if you didn't quite make the conditions of your offer, be ready to call up that university or that apprenticeship or wherever you are planning on going next and be ready to persuade them. Have a script ready so that you can persuade and remind them of why they need your brilliant mind, why they need your skillful hands, why they need everything that you are in that institution. Tell them why those grades that you got are not representative of what you are truly capable of. If that doesn't work, or if you maybe did even better than you expected, then be ready for clearing and adjustment and the universities and courses and apprenticeships and options that you might have now that you've got those grades. You wouldn't believe the sheer amount of adverts for clearing that I've been getting. And the reason is plain and simple. These universities want you. They need you. They need you and your money. You're the commodity. You are the thing of value. Now, all these things for GCSE and especially for A-level should have been prepared already before results day. You should know already what universities you're interested in, what courses are available to you through clearing and through adjustment, and you should have a vague idea of the script in mind, what you're going to say when you call up your university to convince them to take you just in case you didn't get your results, or call them up because you want to try for an even better university than you had originally hoped for. And that goes for any routes you're taking. I know that I'm mentioning university a lot, but I know a lot of you will be going for apprenticeships. A lot of you will be going straight into work. Some will be on post school schemes and things like that. It applies to everything, okay? So then that brings us to our promise. Year 11, year 12, and especially you year 13 students who are finishing your schooling. Promise me this. Promise me you will not be crushed and you will not be broken by disappointment. Promise me that you will pick yourselves back up, that you will get right back on the path to going where you need to get, where you want to get in life. And promise me that you will understand that life isn't fair, but that you will fight to make the most of the hand that you've been dealt. Promise me this, and promise yourself this as well. Remember, school serves one purpose: to produce generation after generation of workers who will fill roles that society believes need to be filled. It is not to achieve a piece of paper which has 9s and A stars plastered all over it. No. If you do not get your grades but you can still move on and progress in life, then you succeeded at school. You've won. There's no need to look behind. The school has served its purpose. Your years in school have served their purpose. You can move on. It's of course up to you to decide whether it's worth going back and resitting things, whether it's worth going and doing the autumn series, and whether it's worth even requesting that your school appeal on your behalf, or maybe even you complain, which I've of course explained the system of in a past video. But in the grand scheme of things, if it doesn't affect your plans, then you're done. Leave it behind you. It's time to move on. Now, sorry if that came across a bit lectury or preachy, guys, but this is something that I feel very strongly about as a teacher, as a person, and as someone who's, I'm part of the community that you guys are in. I read every single message that you send me, every single comment that you make, every single worry. And, I do care about the next generation, about you guys. So I just wanted to talk straight to you and give you some life advice and, give you some encouragement that I hope that you can take on board. And don't forget that even though all this unexpected stuff, even though all this bad stuff does sometimes happen, the unexpected and unpredictable nature of life is part of what makes life so great. So scary as well, but it is part of what makes life so great. So either be prepared to be flexible and bend and flow with all the changes in your life, or you can be hard and allow yourself to be broken down by the things that happen. So I'm really interested in hearing your contingency plans. It's never too bad to prepare for the worst in some situations. So let me know down below what you're planning on doing if you don't get your place at the college or university or apprenticeship or job placement of your choice. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to keep these videos coming. Everything to do with education, whether it be GCSE, AS, A-level or beyond, I'm going to be here for you. So be sure to subscribe, give us a like if you can, and that's all for now. Until next time.